Hello, Math 142. Let's graph this hyperbola and find as much information as possible about it. So first of all, I'm looking at this and I'm noticing that x to the second is positive and y to the second is negative. What does that tells me? That tells me that the transverse axis is x-axis. What does it mean? It's opening to the left and right. Let me write that. Transverse axis is x-axis. And that means that the hyperbola is opening to the left and to the right. What else can I tell? Well, I can also rewrite this, make it easier for myself. Rewrite this as x squared over 2 to the second minus y to the second over 3 to the second equals 1. So now I know A equals 2, B equals 3. And how about the value of C? I know that C squared equals A squared plus B squared for hyperbolas. So C squared equals 4 plus 9 equals 13. So C equals square root of 13. So the distance between the center of this hyperbola and the foci is square root of 13, which I believe is like something close to 3.6. Okay. And of course, let's not forget that this one, the center is at 0, 0. How do I know? Because there's no number h and k associated with x and y. We will do some of those examples in a different video. Let's go to the next page and graph this. Uh, so if I have my x in here, my y in here, and let's put the x. Remember the number under x to the second was 4, so a to the second was 4, so a equals 2. I'm going to go to the left and right 2 units. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up and down 3 units because b is 3 in this hyperbola. And now I'm going to go ahead and make a reference box for myself. 2 in here, 1 and 2 in here, and my iPad is giving me a hard time. I apologize. Changing colors on me. So let me go back to black. There I go. And there we go. Okay. So now that I have my reference box, I'm going to go ahead and put the asymptotes for my hyperbola. I'm going to go ahead and use dotted lines for asymptotes. And we decided that this hyperbola is opening to the right and left. So this is going to look something like this. Okay. All right. And let's identify some points. We know that the center is 0, 0. We know that this vertex right here is 2 comma 0 right here is 2 comma 0. This vertex right here is negative 2 comma 0. We found out that the value of c was square root of 13. That was 3 point, roughly 3.6. And so 1, 2, 3 in here. So here, 3 in here. So about here. Okay. So what is the value of what's this point is focus, the right focus is root 13 comma 0, and this one right here is negative root 13 comma 0. Okay, so now what's the only thing that I can think of to identify is the equation of the this asymptote here. Of course, this is a linear line, y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b, with b or y-intercept being 0. So y equals, look at the rise over run, okay? The rise or 3, because we had, remember b was 3 over 2x, and the y-intercept is 0, so y equals 3 over 2x. And this asymptote right here, it has the same value except it's going down. It has this, so y equals negative 3 over 2x is, and that's all we can tell about this hyperbola. Let's do one that's actually opening up and down. And let me go to the next page, and something like y to the second over 36 minus x to the second over 9 equals 1. So, of course, this is the same as format as y squared over a to the second minus b squared over, x squared over b to the second equals 1. So the fact that this time y is positive tells me that's opening up and down. So the transverse axis is y-axis. Transverse axis is y-axis. Okay. What is the value of a? A equals 6, b equals 3. I know c squared is a squared plus b squared. That gives me 45. And then c equals square root of 45. Let's see, can I simplify that? Sure, c equals 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 45. So 3 root 5, which approximately equals 6.7. Okay, let's go to the next page. Armed with this information, now let's go ahead and graph this. So let's do, I have to adjust my tick marks because my iPad is, the surface is very small. So for X and Y, I know I have to go 6 units up, 6 units down. So I'm going to put smaller tick marks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need to go to the left and right. I had 9 under x squared. Square root of that is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now I can just go ahead and make my reference box in here. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And okay. Okay, let me go ahead and put my asymptotes. And I'm not doing so good because my asymptote should be going through the origin, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so this is the 0, 0 right here. And remember that this is opening up and down, so it's going to look like something like oh, what happened? And let's identify some points. Oh, foci. We said the value of C was 3 root 5, which was something like close to 6.7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere right in roughly about here and about here. So let's identify these points. This is going to be 0, comma 3 root 5. This is going to be 0, comma negative 3 root 5. This foci. How about this vertex right here? Let me change to black. This vertex right here is 0, comma 6. And this right here is 0, comma negative 6. How about the equation of my asymptotes? Okay, so I have y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b. So y equals, I went down 6 units and to the right 3 units, x plus 0, so y equals 2x. And this one right here is y equals minus 2x. Since it's the same line except going downward. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.